Welcome back. Transforming the travel experience. The SmartTray is making over the airplane tray tables, allowing flyers to do more while sitting there on the flight. Joining me right now is the SmartTray CEO and President, Nick Pajic, along with SmartTray COO, Esty, and Astronics Director of Business Development, Dennis Markert. Great to see you guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And you brought the SmartTray in. Nick, tell us how you came up with the idea for the company.
I spent a lot of time on the airplanes flying, and I saw people struggling using their devices. I saw them propping their mobile phones on top of the bottles, folding the clothing, propping the device against the clothing. And I also saw a lot of fatigue on the planes. People would, if you imagine just you're on a 5-6 hour flight or 4-hour flight and you're holding your device in a hand. So I thought there had to be a better way.
And there is, yeah.
And there is, yeah.
And we're looking at it. This is cool. Jay, tell us about how this works here.
All right.
You can just put your laptop or your phone right on it.
Well, the important thing here was to make sure that the design didn't impede the top of the tray. So we wanted to make sure that it rotated out, but also not just cradle, but we also wanted to make sure it was going to be safe, so it supports the device. So now the device can be taken out of your hand. You can still surf. You can still enjoy the Wi-Fi and the content, but you can also still utilize the tray for beverages, or if you got screaming kids next to you and they need some games to put on the tray table, they can still have their cartoons and such here, so that they can still enjoy that.
It's something that we needed, actually. You saw a need, and you filled it.
It's kind of obvious, isn't it?
Yeah, you entered an exclusive licensing agreement with Astronics.
That's correct.
Tell us about that, Dennis. And you have market knowledge, customer base, and core expertise.
Correct. Well, I've met Nick a number of times at industry trade shows, and I felt the device was really unique. And there is an ecosystem of passengers bringing on their electronic devices and have to have power. We're the #1 supplier of power in the world for seats and on aircraft.
You work with airlines to get these trays inside the airplane?
Oh, yeah. We have over 230 airline customers direct that we sell to. So we have this market path for the product, and it's so unique. And so passengers bring on their electronic devices. We provide the power for them to be able to power those devices and charge them, and now we have the holder for it. So it really completed this electronic ecosystem. We just felt it was so unique we had to be part of it.
You've already worked with rails?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So tell me about the rail.
Rail and bus and automotive. So we already have applications on rail cars, on seats that never had tray tables, but they wanted that passenger experience. They're providing Wi-Fi on the rail cars now, and content, and people will always have the devices with them. So they need a place to be able to put them and to be able to be safe while they're on their travel, as well as enjoy the content.
So where does the growth come from now, Nick? Do you have to get licensing deals with the airlines direct, or did you do that with Dennis? How do you see growth happening at
So within
SmartTray?
the aerospace industry, we work with Astronics to deploy SmartTray on airlines.
Yeah.
We work directly with rail and bus, automotive, and so on industry to deploy SmartTray pad holders, if you will, in that mode of transportation. We work with seat OEMs, both in aerospace industry as well as what we call ground verticals industry.
And what's the price of something like that?
It's competitive with the existing product.
Okay.
So not only is it competitive, they're getting extra value. So it's a step beyond. Now, we're protected. The IP is protected. We have over 14 U.S. granted patents filed in Europe, and about to have those patents granted as well.
Great idea, guys.
Very excited.
Yeah, well, it's an exciting moment. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Nick Pajic, Esty, and Dennis Markert. Good to see you guys. Thank you so much.